People don't see heroes as very heroic anymore. What professional heroes once represented was stripped away in a matter of months.
You call yourself a hero?
It started with Stain's philosophy, which spread through the city's veins like a blood-borne disease. People began to ask why heroes were paid. Why did agencies spend so much money parading their heroes around in advertisements, movies, talk shows? Since when were heroes paid actors? No. Heroes were fakes, worshipped in society for no justifiable reason. When you broke down a hero as an occupation, the driving factor behind it became fame, money, recognition, a career. Nothing about those reasons felt very heroic. A lot of people began to lose respect when this idea hit the mainstream. The peak happened when All Might died against his fight for One for All. The brutal televised event showed the #1 hero slaughtered horrifically. People who once loved heroes began to look at them with the new lens of pity, realizing just how traumatic their job really was. There was a large push for mental health to have a place among the hero profession. Was a person able to stay sane when they spent every waking moment knowing they'd grow disfigured, disabled, and run their bodies down with time? Was it healthy to expect them to run into suicidal situations, accepting their fate without question? Many protests began to pop up in front of agencies. Instead of fans, heroes were suddenly overwhelmed with human rights activists, treating them like abused animals who needed rescuing. This wasn't a dynamic anyone could have ever predicted when it came to heroes in the public. The breaking point happened when HV contracts were uncovered. Dozens of the top 100 heroes were found to have hero-villain contracts. These were arrangements that heroes and criminal organizations created with one another. When good and evil made agreements to work together, both sides benefited and productivity would skyrocket. Everyone began to uncover what common practice it was for criminal organizations to find a hero that was willing to work with them. The hero would protect their turf and prevent enemy factions from moving in. In exchange, they'd share insider information with one another. They'd back one another. They'd help one another thrive. The hero would be able to rapidly move up the ranks and further their careers, while the criminals would now have a hero quietly backing them and protecting them. Sure, it might help the hero prevent more crime, but did that make it moral to assist the original criminals? People became heartbroken learning how many of their favorite heroes were nothing more than a sham. Glorified gang members whose greatest achievements were probably only because they had criminals backing them and letting them take all of the glory for themselves. The world is beginning to ask, is paying people who pretend to be heroes really what our society needs? How are children who wanted to be heroes a few years ago supposed to cope with this drastic change in society's views towards their dream? Can they possibly keep that dream alive, and better yet, should they continue to walk that path? I guess we'll have to find out if anyone is cut out to be a hero, or if heroes have been a thing of fiction all along.